Welcome to Quality Branding Hub. The channel is for the quality control engineer, site engineer, and the civil engineer who are working in the construction field. In this channel, we are dealing with anything and everything which is required to get success in the construction. Today also, I am going to discuss about a very important topics on construction. It is about a construction material, the finishing material, that is wall putty. Now, we are all know that wall putty being used for the painting purpose, but what is wall putty? What is the different types of wall putty? What is the IS code to follow, and what is the parameter, physical and chemical parameter that you need to satisfy as per the IS code? In this video, I will discuss each and everything, so stay tuned until then to get the full information about this. And if you are new in my channel, kindly subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon so that whenever I upload a new video, you will get immediate notification. So without wasting time, let's jump into the subject, that is wall putty. Now, what is wall putty? Wall putty is a white cement based, gypsum based or acrylic based fine powder that's mixed with water and applied on walls before paintings. Now, what with it? The wall is a plastered surface mainly. So the plastered surface, there is a pinhole, blowhole and unevenness, it is possible. Now, if we directly apply paint on that surface, the aesthetical view or the architectural finish will not be as per the requirement. For that, we need to make a base coat. Either it is a POP, either it is a putty, whatever it is, or something else. But today's video, I will discuss only about the wall putty. So it's a base coat before the painting. So why it is required? Because it's act as a base coat and it's what is the imperfections on the walls that is absorbed and it makes a smooth finish. So importance of the wall putty, that is, it fills surface imperfection like pinholes and cracks, then provides a smooth base of paint and increase paint life and finish quality. And another thing also, if we directly applied on the plaster surface, what is the consumption will be the more, so that will not be the economical for. So from that point of view also, this wall putty is very much essential. You can say that without the wall putty or the base coat, it can be a POP also, without the wall putty it is not desirable, or it's not we cannot make that perfect surface finish. So that is why it is important. Now, what is the different types of wall putty we have? We have three types of wall putty. One is white cement based, one is acrylic based, and another is gypsum based. Now, from the definition itself, you can understand that white cement based means that this is a common and versatile option suitable for both interior and exterior, known its strong binding and smooth finish. So its base is the white cement. The another one is the acrylic wall putty, that is suitable for interior. It provides a smooth matte finish but may be less durable than cement based putties. So depending upon the requirement and area of use, we can choose either it is a white cement base or the acrylic base, and another one is the gypsum base with gypsum powder as its base. In acrylic, the acrylic is the base. In white cement, the white cement is the base. This putty, this is the gypsum base putty, offers a bright white appearance, excellent water resistance, and a smooth polish making, and ideal for internal and particularly on the dry wall. So these are the three different types of wall putty we are using. Now, what is the IS code preference? The IS code preference is IS 17545, IS 419 and IS 8042. Now, what is the different types and what is the IS code, that we already known. Now we had to know what is the requirement, and that requirement is given in the IS 17545 in clause 4. Then clause 4, what is saying? Form and condition. The material should be in the 4.1. The material shall be homogeneous powder and shall be free from grit and other visible impurities. So that means it is informing that there will be no impurities. Then what is the composition? White cement shall be key ingredients in composition. The powder may contain inorganic filler and other additives. The premixed white polymeric putty shall be formulated with at least 1.5% pure polymer by mass. So these are the composition that IS code has given the guidelines that you should be follow this one. And that what is the consistency? The material after thorough mixed by suitable mixing device shall have good homogeneous paste, easy workability. So it says that whenever you are mixing with the suitable mixing, that should be easy to use. So that means the workability or the consistency. So in addition to the ready or smoothie under a palette knife, that also you need to check. And lead is the not good for the health, and it is not recommended in the IGBC or the Indian Green Building Council. So you need to check whether it is the available or not. That is, it says the lead material shall not be contain lead or compounds of lead or mixture of both. Metallic lead more than 90 ppm when tested in restrictions from lead according to the ASTM D3335585A. So that is also given the lead restriction. Now why? Because this item is the interior item, and this is you are using where the people will stay. If this lead is percentage is more, what will happen? This is become the health hazard, and it will not be advisable to for the habitat who are using it, and they may feel uncomfortable, like irritation, sneezing, and allergic. That can be possible. So that why the IGBC Council has given this guideline that the lead percentage should not be more than 90 ppm. So whenever you are selecting the putty or the wall putty, you need to check that quantity also, that the quality parameter also, because it's very much important. Now it is saying that what is the requirements of white cement based putty? It is given in the table 17545. Now what is it given? It is given in the tensile adhesion strength, average of 3 minimum 3 readings. So what is that? A requirement is 0.80. That is the minimum requirement in Newton per millimeter square. So tensile strength of the putty should be 0.8 Newton per millimeter square in 28.14 days. And water retentivity, that is very much important for whenever selecting the wall putty, that should be minimum 95%. And the setting time, yes, it's also important because you need to add water and you need to mix, so you need to apply. So what is the setting time? That is a minimum is 180 minutes and final is 500 minutes. So you need to play in this between two. And the polymer content, because if it is a polymeric acrylic, that's polymer content based on loss of ignition, it should be minimum 1.5%, and degree of whiteness, that is 85%. That is most important, because whenever you are using this putty, it gives the white finish. So what is the whiteness? That is the minimum is 85%, and cement content percentage is minimum 18% cement content should be inside into the wall putty. So these are all the requirement of wall putty as per IS 17545, because whenever we are working in India, we need to follow the IS code. So whenever you are selecting wall putty, you need to check the technical data sheet, or you need to send the laboratory for the test, and you need to verify this one as per the IS 17545. Now that I already know that what is wall putty, what is the different types of wall putty, what is the IS code, and what is the requirement, and what is the physical requirement, or the what is the parameter, quality parameter as per IS 17545. Now what is the application, because we need to now apply that one. So first we need to do the surface preparation for any architectural finish or any architectural item or any work. Whenever we are starting, we need to do the surface preparation. Here it is also we need to do the surface preparation. So what is the surface preparation? First we need to clean the wall, because after plaster there may be impurity, there some may be dust, loose particles, oils or grease. If it is there inside above the plaster surface, then white cement putty or the wall putty cannot work properly. So first you need to clean the wall, remove dust, loose particles, oil or grease using a wire brush or the sandpaper. The next is repair damage. If any damages we are finding on the plaster surface, somewhere breaking, somewhere this undulation is there, or the flatness or the label or the line is not there, we need to repair that one. Fill large cracks or holes with white cement mortar fills. Then check moisture level. Now this is most important part, because if the moisture is more, in IS it's always 12%. If it is more than 12% moisture content, we cannot start the painting work or the wall putty work. So you need to check the moisture level. So if it is more than that, that means there is a damp in the wall. So if you apply the wall putty, that the moisture will come out and it will damage the wall putty. So you need to check the moisture level, then apply primer if needed. So if there is impurities there or the surface blemish is there, so what you need to do, you need to make a primer if it is required. Now this is the surface preparation. Now the application procedure word, step 1 is the first mixing. Now we need to mix that one. So for powder mix 2 parts of putty with 1 part of clean water, or as per the manufacturer recommendation. And you need to follow the what application, that whenever we mix the water within the 500 minutes, because in IS 17545 it's given the final setting time is 500 minutes. So before that you need to use that one. Then you need to make use of mechanical stirrer to avoid lumps. Now it's very important, because we cannot mix it by hand or anything else. You need to use a mechanical mixture or to stir that one or mix that it is properly, otherwise a lump will be there. And let the mix for the rest for 5 to 10 minutes and then start the application. Now next mixing is done. Now we need to apply the first coat. Apply the only file coat 1 to 1.5 mm using a putty blade from bottom to top. Then apply to dry 4 to 6 hours or as per the manufacturer recommendation. Then you need to do the sanding, because after first coat you need to do the sanding. If there is any undulation is there, to remove that one, lightly sand with the 500 or 600 grit paper after the first coat. Then we need to apply the second coat. Apply in the same direction in the first coat for the uniformly and let it dry for completely within the 6 to 8 hours or as per the manufacturer recommendation. And then final sanding, and it is ready for the painting work. So before that you need to do the final sanding, and you need to check whether this is are in line or level not. So what is the checkpoint? Thickness check. First we need to check or use a gauge, must be uniform to IS 2395 guidelines is given. So you need to check as per the gauge that the thickness, the 1.5 mm plus 1 3 mm 2 to 3 mm is coming, that 2 to 3 mm is there or not. Then surface hardness, after curing surface should resist fingernail scratches or some other method that it should be there will be no scratches. Then adhesion, randomly you have to check that, so that whenever we apply the paint or after some time it should not come out from the surface. So adhesion test also you need to check. And then evenness, which is the most important, because after that you need to do the painting work, and if there is unevenness and after doing the painting it will come out. So you need to check if there is an unevenness or not. You need to make the straight edge, and in 3 meter maximum 3 mm or 2 to 3 mm, that you need to check, or maximum 1 mm. So and what is the precaution you need to check? Do not apply on the wet walls, never, otherwise it will come damp and it will come out. Then avoid direct sunlight or high wind during application, because what will happen, the same case of the cement, because it's the cement base, cement is there, the evaporation loss will be there, and there will be cracks will be generated. And always make small batches to avoid drying in the tray, because if you make a bigger one, so you need to fill that one or you need to apply on the wall. If you cannot, then it will be wasted. Then wear gloves for the mask, while because is the safety hazard, so you need to wear the gloves and the mask when you are applying. And store putty in airtight bags and in the direct or not under direct sunlight. That is the precaution you need to take. Then where to use, I already discussed this: interior plaster wall, exterior walls with cement based putty, and concrete and a rendered surface. Sometimes we are directly apply paint on the concrete surface, that also we need to use. And where not to use, on damp and efflorescence. If there is damp or efflorescence on the wall, please do not apply. First you treat the damp, and then you treat the efflorescence, and then you can start the putty work. And on unplastered brickwork it is not recommended, but if you want to use, you just check with the manufacturer whether it is possible or not, but it is not recommended. And over oil based paint without proper surface treatment, if it is, then the proper bonding will not be there and the wall putty will come out. So these are all about the wall putty as per IS 17545. So what we discussed today, that is what is understanding of wall putty, what is wall putty, different types of wall putty, what is IS code, what is the requirement and what is the physical chemical requirement or the quality parameters, then what is the surface preparation, then application procedure and checkpoints as per the IS code, and the precautions and where to use and where not to use. And these are all about the wall putty, and I hope you find it useful. And if you find it useful, kindly subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon so that whenever I upload a new video, you will get immediate notification. And I'm waiting for your valuable comment, so that from your valuable comment everybody will be benefited. And if you want to know anything more about quality control and construction, please let me know. I will come with more content